Well, I think we learned our lesson. If you're trying to do a film, that rips off a certain director's style, just hire that director to do the next one. Yes, I'm here to give my official review for The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn and starring Margot Robbie, Viola Davis, David Dasmalchian, Joel Kinnaman, Sylvester Stallone does a voice. There's a lot. Okay. And so I've been wanting to watch this. Where I'm at, they have HBO Max, so I sat down and I watched it. I watched the opening twice because I missed something, so I tried to rewind it. And HBO Max rewound it all the way to the beginning, so I'm like, okay, I'll just watch this script. So, yeah. So, to say that the original Suicide Squad was a little lackluster, yeah, because Warner Brothers likes to interfere and change movies like they did with Zack Snyder's Batman v Superman and Justice League and this original one, Suicide Squad. But here, they just let James Gunn do his thing, and you can tell that from beginning to end, this is James Gunn doing his thing. And with the opening of this, I was almost done with the opening of this. Okay, so when they announced certain characters that were coming back from the first one, you have Rick Flagg, Joel Kinnaman, Margot Robbie is Harley Quinn, of course. Viola Davis is coming back to play Amanda Waller, the character I hate, by the way. And Jai Courtney was coming back to play Captain Boomerang. And I'm going to tell you right now, he was my favorite character in the original film. So I was excited he was coming back. And yeah, there's this whole thing at the beginning of the film where they introduce everybody that's in this group. This first group that we get introduced to consists of Rick Flagg, who leads Harley, Boomerang, Mongal, TDK, or the something kid, I don't know. TDK, Michael Rooker's character, Savant, Pete Davidson's character, I have no idea. For Blackguard or Black something, I don't know. And I think that's it, right? There was more. A Weasel, yeah. So I think that was it. That's the team the Rick Flagg is leading. They get there, and Pete Davidson's like, hey, I'm the one that called you. Hello, hey, it's me. Gets his fucking face blown off. They don't care. And then almost everybody dies. So Javelin. I forgot about Javelin. Yeah, he's there. Almost everyone except for Rick Flagg and Harley Quinn die. And including Captain Boomerang. And when he gets stabbed with these wood things, I'm like, no. Then he explodes. And I'm like, okay, I'm done. That's it. I'm done. My favorite character from the first film, he's fantastic. He has some good exchanges with Harley Quinn. And they even do explain, like, how'd you get back in prison? Because, in Birds of Prey, she was out of prison. And, well, she tried to rob a bank, I guess, which is kind of stupid. But, yeah. Simple, I guess. And so, yeah, the entire team, except for Rick Flagg and Harley Quinn, are killed. We then cut back to 3 days earlier, and we see now, not Deadshot, but, what's his name? I don't care. But, like, I remember seeing, info about him. He's got a daughter. I'm like, oh, wait. So they can't get Will Smith back, so they're going to replace his character with a different character that has sort of the same story. But his daughter, it's a different story with his daughter. His daughter actually hates him, other than the original, Bloodsport. That's his name. The original Bloodshot. Bloodshot? Yeah. Original Bloodshot. He loved his daughter. Well, this guy loves his daughter too, but like, she's gonna go jail. That's the whole thing for like, basically, Amanda Waller threatens, like, hey, she could die. You're gonna send her to prison. You don't, lead my team. There's the dog, by the way. He's sleeping on the couch. So, yeah. Because, the army that's there. But Savant doesn't die because of the army that's there. He dies because he tries to run away. And this is where I kind of, like, I didn't like Amanda Waller in the first one, but I really hate her in this one. She deserved what she got at the end of this, let me tell you. But, like, he's running away. He doesn't want to die. That's very understandable, but she's like, no, you cannot leave your post. Return, go back. I'm like, why? We find out why, but why? And she blows his head off. I mean, that's where we get to the credits and stuff. I'm just like, what? We find out there's actually another team, which is Bloodsport. He's leading Ratcatcher 2. The Peacemaker, King Shark, who was one of my favorite villains on The Flash. He's very good here too. Polka Dot Man. So there's 5 of them there. Polka Dot Man, played by David Dastmalchian. And we flash back to where they get, involved in this. And, yeah, so their mission is to go to Corto Maltese, which if you're an Arrow fan, you'll probably, hey, I know that. And they're there to stop the Thinker, who's not Clifford DeVoe as originally announced, but someone else, which why not just use DeVoe? I don't know. But it's someone else. He's played by Peter Capaldi, and he's one of the good things about this film too. Peter Capaldi knocks it out of the park with this role. And he's doing experiments on this thing called Project Starfish. And if you've seen the trailers, you already know what that is. But I forgot about it. When I said Project Starfish, I'm like, oh, yeah, that. I forgot about that. I'm like, what's the villain? Because Harley Quinn, we see later, kills this guy that's presented as the main villain. It's like, wait, what? I mean, killing people off like that is very James Gunn. It's like, all the people die. I'm like, yeah, I'm a little bit ticked off, but like, it's a very James Gunn thing to do. He'd kill all, yeah, it's something he would do. So, makes sense. And the whole point of the Suicide Squad is they're expendable, right? So, yeah, but why did Boomerang have to be? I don't know. It just didn't. Pissed me off. Anyway, so, we're on this mission. You get the whole beach of dicks. Why would someone put penises on the beach? The whole joke. Didn't land for me in the trailer. Didn't land for me here. Nothing better. But they find that Rick Flagg is still alive, so they're told to go get him. Because their mission is to get to the Thinker and get him to let them into this place called Jotunheim, which I feel like they're ripping off Marvel with that, because that's what Asgard is, Jotunheim, right? But they get there and, destroy all the info on Project Starfish. But why would she want to destroy the info? Why? You'll find out why. But anyway, spoilers, of course. I'm going to spoil this shit out of this thing. So, goes without saying. But, so they go. Oh, by the way, I wanted to point this out because they do come back to it later. Weasel, one of the people, he's like actual Weasel. He drowns drowns. He's believed to be dead, and that's the first death in the film. Like, really? Why have him in film? You're just gonna kill him like that, and then everybody else starts like, oh, well, okay. At least they got their paychecks, right? So yes, there's they have to rescue Rick Flagg, and there's another very James Gunn thing done here where they go through and they're told to kill everyone they see. So they kill everyone. There's even a guy on a gurney, and that's what made me think of something. Like, wait a minute, what? Huh? Everybody dead, and they get to the tent, and they see that Rick Flagg is having tea with Alex Braga's character. And they find out they're actually rebels, not the bad guys. And so they kind of killed a lot of people. Not everyone, because there's still more people there. But then they get the DeVoe. We get a little gentleman's club where you get some titty for a split second. I didn't know if there was going to be one. Harley Quinn gets a sort of sex scene. Sort of. She's fully clothed, which is fine. And it's like quick, like breaking things. And then she's with like this president guy, kills him. The general becomes the presidente. And then he's this guy. And let me tell you, the acting from this man, not in the words he says, which is mostly in the Spanish, but I'm just saying, or Portuguese, whatever it is. But I'm saying, like, so there's this moment when stuff goes down. Starro, which is Project Starfish, breaks out, and he knows that it's over. The things, they show these little stars that take over the people's faces coming out there, and you could tell from the look on his face, the actor who's portraying this, it's over. He knows he's dead. He knows it's over, and he knows it's over. It's fantastic acting from this guy. But yeah, they get to Project Starfish, and they find out that there's experiments. I'm going to say develop, but Thinker tells them that the U.S. government actually funded the project and kept it off of U.S. soil so they wouldn't be found out. And now they want to take it out so that it's never found out. So Rick Flagg takes the information, and he's going to, give it. And they're setting explosives downstairs, by the way. And he's going to give it to the news. And then Peacemaker comes in. He's like, no, you're not going to do that. Because he's been sent by Waller to make sure everything is destroyed. Because, of course. Of course, she would have a secondary plan. But, so then he and Flagg get into a fight. The whole thing comes down. And then we cut to 8 minutes earlier, where we see the other people being Bloodsport, Ratcatcher 2, Bloodsport, King Shark, and Polka Dot Man, and Peacemaker. Peacemaker's gone now. But they're setting up things, and they go through, and they're killing people and whatnot, and they make a joke. Oh yeah, the fat guy, Milton. He's there. And I like how there's all these villains and just some fat guy running behind them. I could be that fat guy. I could be Milton. Cat walking the... Let's see what he's doing. But, it's about time you finally decided to wake up, Trevor. Yes, that is the cat's name. Anyway, so, yeah, and, the whole thing falling down, that's explosion. He and Rick Flagg, they get fighting. That's an explosion triggered by Polka Dot Man because he gets nervous. And Polka Dot Man is pretty cool. He became my new favorite. Oh yes. If you already seen the movie, you know why I'm making that face. He became my new favorite. I really liked him. I'm like, okay, Boomerang's gone, but I got Polka Dot Man. That's really cool. He's my favorite. So, he's my new favorite. So, as the main fight begins, he has this whole thing where he blames his mother for trying to turn him and his siblings into superheroes. So he pictures his mother every time that he fights to vent his frustrations. And you're gonna hear clinging to cats eating. But so when the fight starts, Starro comes out. Harley's been carrying this javelin from Javelin because he gave it to her, and so she's been carrying it, not knowing why. But that's why she has it in the film. Like, where'd she get that stick? Why she got it? That explains why. Yes, they do. Just like the trailer. Oh, she escaped before they could get to her, but you know. And they're told to leave. They are told to leave. They say that whatever this is, it's their problems. The stuff has been destroyed, although Rick Flagg technically has the stuff to leak it out, you know. But, or not Rick Flagg, Bloodsport has it. And then she's like, all the stuff's been destroyed, your mission is complete. And so they start to walk away, and Bloodsport's like, nah. And he turns back, and the Ratcatcher comes with him. Harley Quinn, Shark, everyone goes, you know, to fight Starro. And so Amanda Waller goes to blow their heads up, and she gets whacked in the face with a golf club. I'm like, yes! Bitch goes down! Yeah. She deserved that. Actually, she deserves to die. But Amanda Waller can't die. There'll be no Suicide Squad. I think they discontinue it without her, so that's why she has to survive. But, yeah. And so they're fighting Starro. He tells King Shark, nom nom. So he starts to bite it. And he goes, Polka Dot, do you know who that is? That is your mother! So he does the polka dot thing. You actually see that it's a giant version of his mom. Because every time he looks at someone, it turns into his mom. He sees, you know. But, you know, Harley Quinn takes the high ground. And Bloodsport, like, he uses all of his weapons. And it looks as if King Shark dies, but I'm going to tell you now, he doesn't. But then Polka Dot Man gets stepped on. And I went, oh, come on! Really? My favorite one from the last one was killed off. And then you're going to kill off my favorite from this one. What is wrong with you, movie? Fuck you, movie. Fuck you. You know? But, yeah, so, Harley Quinn saves the day because, I mean, come on. If anyone was going to save the day, it's going to be Harley Quinn. And he stabs it through the eye. She goes into the eye hole and everything, and it dies. And yeah, and then Bloodsport makes a deal. There's a scene where they show that, you know, all these group of escaped convicts helped save Corto Maltese. And they show his daughter. She's like, that's my dad. You know, so there's some good inside of him. And then so Bloodsport makes a deal with Waller. He says, well, keep all this out of the media. If we go free and you never, ever let put my daughter in a prison cell. If that happens, it leaks. If we die, it leaks. And we go free. So there's 4 of them left. King Shark. No, there's 3. Bloodsport, King Shark, and Ratcatcher 2. There are scenes. I kind of skipped her backstory, her father. And there's also a thing where Bloodsport doesn't like rats, and they see him petting the rat at the end. That sort of thing, but minor stuff. So yeah, we get the credits, and we see that Weasel's still alive. And I'm like, are they just doing this because he's going to get up, start running, and then have his head blown up? No, he just runs off, so I don't know. In the post-credit scenes, and I'm calling bullshit on this. I know they're doing a TV show with him, but he was slit in his fucking throat. Because after Flagg is killed, Bloodsport comes down, he kills Peacemaker by shooting him in the throat. He bled to death. He was dead. Somehow, he survived. And I call bullshit. He's dead. I'm like, oh, but he was going to do a TV series. Maybe it's a prequel series. Okay, fine. Show what he was doing up till he got captured. Okay. But then, no, he's alive. Doesn't make any sense. He got shot here. He was bleeding out. For all intents and purposes, he should be dead. But there's your HBO Max TV series, Peacemaker. But overall, I thought this movie was pretty good. I thought it was better than the first one, although I do still like the first one. It has its moments. This is really good. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. I enjoyed it, but for me it's not perfect. But, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I do recommend it. It's a pretty good film. It's James Gunn. If you like James Gunn films, you're going to like this. It's good. The acting is great. Like I said, that one guy. And yeah, killing out people left and right. Harley Quinn is, of course, one of the people that survived because we can still market her, right? I don't know. I thought Ratcatcher 2 was going to die, but she doesn't. Okay. Peacemaker's got a series coming because it's John Cena. Which, by the way, ladies, there's a scene where he's in tighty whities. So there you go. Maybe some fellas out there too. Who knows? But not me. But yeah, because there's a scene where King Shark is trying to eat Ratcatcher 2, and they all wake up and they're all standing there, and John Cena's standing there in tighty whities, and was like, man, why? But yeah, 9 out of 10. So what are your thoughts on the Suicide Squad? Let me know in the comments below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I've been Scotty, and I'll see you in the next one.